Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Renegade Immortal based on novel. So let's start. The giant demon clan ancestor held the red axe in his hand. Right now his aura was completely different from before. It was as if he had become a different person just by holding this axe. Red gas came out of the axe and entered the body of the giant demon clan ancestor. The red gas could be seen coming out of his orifices. From a distance, he looked extremely fierce. This red gas didn't stay around him, it was absorbed back by the axe, creating a cycle. The red gas would enter the ancestor's body and then come out to be reabsorbed by the axe. Every time this cycle completed once, the aura of the giant demon clan ancestor became stronger. He floated in the air and lowered his head to look at Wang Lin with a grin on his face. There were red lines gathered at where his left arm was cut up. These red lines slowly took the shape of a red arm. With a roar, he threw the axe with his right hand. Then the left hand, which was formed by the red gas, caught the axe. The moment he caught it, the axe released a bright, red glow. Wang Lin, accept your death. As the giant demon clan ancestor shouted, he stepped forward and swung the axe downwards. He moved very fast. In the blink of an eye, he arrived before Wang Lin as the axe descended. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He raised the celestial sword and then it collided with the red axe. Boom! A sound that could shatter the sky and earth and travel through the highest heavens could be heard the moment the collision occurred. Wang Lin could feel a powerful force from the axe. His body trembled as blood seeped out from his mouth and he quickly backed up. He backed up 1,000 feet. The giant demon clan ancestor coughed out a mouthful of blood, but his feet felt like they were rooted in place, so he didn't move at all. However, his body quickly shrank until it was 1/3 the size it was before. Although the current giant demon clan ancestor wasn't a bag of bones yet, he didn't look as strong as he did before. A roar came from the mouth of the giant demon clan ancestor. The current him was like a primal beast. His eyes were glowing red, as he took a step forward and charged at Wang Lin with the red axe. Little child Wang Lin, die. The giant demon clan ancestor raised the axe and swung down again. As Wang Lin backed up, his eyes became cold, his hand formed a seal, and he said, "Honored soul flag." The sky darkened as if all the light had gathered before Wang Lin. A 30-foot tall soul flag, that was glowing bright like a flame in the darkness appeared in his hand. The flag's pole was 30 feet tall, but the flag itself was much larger. It was moving in the air without any wind, and there were 12 golden purple dots on it. The moment the flag appeared, countless ghostly wails came from the earth like there were lingering ghosts letting out their resentful cries. Strands of black gas came from ground and began to flee in all directions. The sky was completely dark. It was as if black sand had covered the sky and the sun and moon had fallen. The giant demon clan ancestor's charge suddenly slowed down, and the red axe in his hand let out a loud buzzing sound. His red eyes revealed a hint of shock, and a very well-hidden sign of terror. This is the soul refining sect. The giant demon clan ancestor took a deep breath. He seemed to recognize where the flag came from, but he couldn't believe it. After all, there was no way for the flag from his memories to appear in Wang Lin's hands. But at this moment, this flag looked exactly the same as the one in his memory, making it so he had to believe it. The 1 billion soul flag was used by Wang Lin for the first time. At this moment, at the border of the giant demon clan, the purple-robed woman who was still watching suddenly frowned. Du Qian kicked me out of the soul refining sect, so he could pass the 1 billion soul flag to Wang Lin. Although this is only an illusion, it is not something the giant demon clan ancestor can resist. The purple-robed woman let out a sigh. She had been observing Wang Lin for a long time, and still wasn't able to find his Dao heart. She might be able to succeed if she uses a secret technique while he is passed out. Thinking about this, she took a step forward and was about to head over when she suddenly stopped and turned around to look into the distance. A purple-robed burly man wearing a straw hat was walking over from that direction. His voice arrived before his body and said, Lady Liu Mai, your opponent is me. The purple-robed woman looked at the burly man and whispered, to have Marshal Uncle Yunk's straw hat means that you are one of the 4 candidates he selected. However, with your mere mid-stage soul formation cultivation, you cannot stop me. The burly man let out a laugh and said, Lady Liu Mai's cultivation is too much for me, but I can't just ignore Senior Yunk's order. How about you have a drink with me for a bit? Then I can leave and say I didn't disobey orders. The purple-robed woman moved a strand of hair behind her ear, and let out a beautiful smile. You are an interesting person, but you will have to wait for me to help the giant demon clan ancestor first, then I'll have a drink with you. The burly man shook his head and smiled. That's no good. Wang Lin is my friend, how could I let you leave? The purple-robed woman let out a sigh. She looked at the burly man and said, leave. I don't want to hurt you. With that, she prepared to leave. The burly man sat down in the lotus position, his hand formed a seal, and his domain immediately appeared. Behind him, the image of a young man appeared and looked at the burly man with deep admiration in his eyes. The purple-robed woman paused once more and looked back at the burly man. Behind her beauty was a very well-hidden ruthlessness. She whispered, emotion-cutting domain. No wonder you were chosen by Marshal Uncle. What willpower, what a strong heart. To comprehend the emotion between master and disciple, you created an idea from intent, then used the idea to accept a disciple. To love the disciple as your son, to show kindness to gain gratitude, and to use the tragedy to enter the soul formation stage. Everything you did was to make yourself completely immersed in this master, a disciple relationship. The day he finally comprehends his own domain, and is about to break into the soul formation stage, is the day where he must kill his own disciple. Not only must he kill his disciple whom he loves like a son, he can't give him a quick death, he must slowly make his disciple suffer. Only then can the pain in his own heart grow enough for him to use this sadness to reach the soul formation stage. It looks to be filled with emotion, yet it is ruthless, but somewhere in there is still a hint of emotion. To reach the soul formation stage like this is definitely not something a normal person can achieve. Back then, when Wang Lin saw this person, he couldn't help but let out a sigh. It wasn't something he could do himself. Wang Lin held the 1 billion soul flag up, and then entered it with his origin soul. The flag began to move and a howl that could pierce the high heavens came from inside it. Countless soul fragments came out from the soul flag following the lead of the 12 golden purple soul transformation soul fragments. The giant demon clan ancestor's expression changed greatly. He never thought that Wang Lin would have this kind of treasure. He felt very bitter in his heart. If he knew that Wang Lin had this kind of treasure, then no matter what, he wouldn't have started the fight. Using his full power to escape would have been the best choice. However, now that things had reached this stage, he had no choice but to fight. If he were to retreat now, the only road left for him would be death, so he might as well go all out. A hint of madness appeared in the eyes of the giant demon clan ancestor. With a loud shout, he charged out once more. With speed even faster than before, he raised the axe and shouted, "Founding ancestor's right arm, help me kill this person." A bolt of lightning flashed across the sky. This lighting was red, and when it crossed the sky, the earth temporarily seemed to be dyed blood red. The giant demon clan ancestor was the person holding the lightning bolt, but compared it, he looked very small and insignificant. The red lightning bolt became the only thing left in the sky. As it descended, the shadow of the red axe could be seen inside the red lightning. Wang Lin looked at the red lightning before him. His eyes were calm as he pointed forward and said, "Soul flag, devour." The 1 billion soul fragments charged forth. As the red lightning descended, the 12 golden purple soul fragments charged out. They were as powerful as 12 soul transformation cultivators. Their hands formed seals as they all worked together to activate a spell. Rays of golden light connected the 12 soul transformation soul fragments to form a net that trapped the red lightning within. At the same time, the 1 billion soul fragments around the net seemed to have received an order from the 12 primary soul fragments. They all charged toward the net from all directions, giving off an aura that felt like they could shatter the world. If one were to look from above, the 12 primary soul fragments formed a circle, and countless soul fragments surrounded the circle. At this moment, the countless soul fragments charged into the circle. Boom. 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 As the soul fragments charged in, the heavens and earth shook. It was impossible to see what was going on inside. One could only occasionally hear the miserable screams of the giant demon clan ancestor. But just at this moment, a ray of red light cut an opening through the soul fragments. The giant demon clan ancestor, who now looked like a bag of bones without any sign of life, charged out holding the red axe. After he appeared, he immediately coughed out a large mouthful of blood. He gave Wang Lin a poisonous gaze and was about to escape, but he was still too late. The countless soul fragments once more charged forth. The 12 golden-purple primary souls let out eerie laughs and pounced at the giant demon clan ancestor once more. The giant demon clan ancestor let out a wry smile. How could he resist the 1 billion soul flag that even ascendant cultivators dreaded? Although he had the founding ancestor's axe, with his current cultivation level, he couldn't use its full power. His eyes lit up as he let out a roar, and he threw the axe at Wang Lin. The axe broke through all the soul fragments, and closed in on Wang Lin in the blink of an eye. Wang Lin's eyes sparkled. He didn't show any sign of worry. When the axe got close, the celestial sword blocked it. Boom. More blood seeped out of Wang Lin's mouth, and he was forced back several tens of feet. The axe was knocked away, and landed on the ground. The giant demon clan ancestor's face was pale, and his eyes were filled with madness. He shot Wang Lin a vicious look and took a deep breath, then his origin soul shook and he shouted, "Bloodline power." The reason he didn't use his bloodline power until now was because if he were to use it before he finished his possession, it would cause grave damage to his origin soul. It was very likely that his origin soul would collapse from using it, so it would be no different from suicide. Only when he completes the possession will he be able to use the bloodline safely, because a majority of the backlash will be absorbed by the body. Although some of it would still reach his origin soul, it was withstandable. Wang Lin's eyes were cold as he looked at the giant demon clan ancestor. He pointed at the soul flag, and even more soul fragments charged out. Wang Lin had to kill this giant demon clan ancestor, who knew that he had the heaven-defying bead. He had to kill him no matter what. The entire sky seemed to be moved by a giant hand, and then a giant vortex suddenly appeared above the giant demon clan ancestor. This scene was exactly the same as when Wang Lin saw him use it against Sun Tai. At this moment, countless soul fragments covered the giant demon clan ancestor. They were all in the process of devouring him. The giant demon clan ancestor let out a sinister laugh. Turn. The giant vortex suddenly began to turn, and an unimaginable suction force appeared. The moment it appeared, some of the soul fragments around the giant demon clan ancestor let out miserable screams and were sucked in. Wang Lin felt the powerful suction force surround his body, and his body unwillingly flew toward the vortex. The giant demon clan ancestor shouted, "Wang Lin, this old man will risk my origin soul shattering to trap you in the void." There were countless soul fragments surrounding him, and the 12 soul transformation soul fragments had already entered his body and began to devour his origin soul. His flesh had already been sucked dry and his origin soul was damaged. Wang Lin's eyes were calm. As he was sucked into the vortex, he looked toward the giant demon clan ancestor and let out an intriguing smile. He whispered, "Devour." The moment he said that, the soul fragments began to devour even faster. The giant demon clan ancestor let out several miserable groans before his origin soul was completely devoured. This generation's giant demon clan ancestor had died. But the bloodline power had already been activated, and Wang Lin's body was dragged in. The moment his body entered the vortex, he reached out with his right hand and all the soul fragments quickly formed a chain to keep Wang Lin from being sucked in. Using the window of time the chain of soul fragments brought him, he activated the formation he had prepared ahead of time. As he felt the suction increase, he quickly recalled all the soul fragments, and of course he wouldn't forget the giant demon clan ancestor's bag. Then the suction force increased even more, and Wang Lin knew he couldn't resist it any longer. His eyes suddenly lit up as he looked at the giant axe 1,000 feet away. He reached out toward it, but a powerful force resisted his hold. Wang Lin let out a sound of surprise. At this moment, his body was being quickly dragged into vortex. Wang Lin raised his hand again, and used all the spiritual energy in his body. "Collect," he shouted. The axe resisted once more, but this time Wang Lin had a tight grip on it and he dragged it toward him. The resisting power from the axe became even stronger. It was trying to break out of Wang Lin's grasp. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He pointed with his left hand and a few golden-purple souls flew out to bring the axe back. At this point, half of Wang Lin's body was inside the vortex, and at the moment he was pulled completely into it. He finally managed to bring the axe over to him and put it into his bag. Then Wang Lin disappeared from planet Suzaku. Shortly after, the vortex faded away. There was only the giant demon clan ancestor's broken body left on the ground. From when he was forced to come out until the moment he died, he didn't get any chance to release the seals on his clan members. He could only watch as his clan fell from grace. Wang Lin's figure appeared in the void outside of planet Suzaku. His face was deathly pale without a trace of blood. What a powerful bloodline power. If the giant demon clan ancestor had reached the mid or late stage of soul transformation, the formation ancestor Qin gave me wouldn't have been of any use at all. Wang Lin pondered a bit before slapping his bag of holding to bring out the star compass. He controlled the star compass to fly toward planet Suzaku. Li Yuanfeng and the giant demon clan ancestor are both dead. News of this should quickly spread across planet Suzaku. Right now the most important matter is to help Wan get through the second arrival of the Heaven's Messenger. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and the star compass flew even faster. Half a month later, planet Suzaku appeared in his view. From here, planet Suzaku really did look very small. Next to it was an even smaller planet. This was where Wang Lin was accidentally transported to on his way back from the celestial realm. Wang Lin pondered a bit, then he steered the star compass toward that small planet. The star compass flew toward the small planet like a meteor. After he entered its atmosphere, he saw a mountain range below him. The star compass lost its effect in the sky, so Wang Lin jumped off of it and put it away. Then he moved like lightning. He disappeared as soon as he moved, and when he reappeared, he was already 5,000 kilometers away. The spiritual energy here was much weaker than on planet Suzaku. It was also very impure, making it unsuitable for cultivators to absorb. Wang Lin moved like he was very familiar with the surroundings. After a day, he arrived before a tall mountain. With a scan of his divine sense, he found a transfer array on the peak of the mountain. The formation is still here. Wang Lin stood before the ancient transfer array. He looked down at it and began to ponder. Back when he was teleported here from the celestial realm, he appeared in this transfer array, and it was also this transfer array that sent him home. I killed Li Yuanfeng and the giant demon clan ancestor, so it must have caught some attention. I might as well spend a few years here cultivating, and then quietly I'll go back. With that, Wang Lin sat down cross-legged and his avatar and original body split. The original body sunk into the ground. This planet was only 1/10 the size of planet Suzaku, so, with the body of a 3-star ancient god, Wang Lin could withstand the pressure at the center. He sat down in the middle of the magma and began to cultivate. Wang Lin slapped his bag of holding and a ray of red light flew out, turning into a giant axe before him. This axe was glowing red, and it released a powerful killing intent. Wang Lin pondered a bit before trying to use his divine sense to leave a mark on it. Just then, a powerful force that resided inside the axe bounced Wang Lin's divine sense away. Interesting. Wang Lin's eyes lit up as his hand formed a seal, and his origin soul left his body. He looked at the red axe and sucked. The red axe trembled before it turned into a ray of red light, and was swallowed by Wang Lin's origin soul. There were now 2 items inside Wang Lin's origin soul. One was the 1 billion soul flag, and the other was the red axe. His origin soul returned to his body. There must be an axe spirit inside the axe. I won't force it out, but I'll suppress it with the 1 billion soul flag and refine it with my origin soul. I want to see how long the axe spirit can last. Wang Li sneered as he took out a bag. This bag of holding belonged to the giant demon clan ancestor. He touched it to imprint his own divine sense onto the bag, and then the objects inside quickly appeared in his mind. The giant demon clan ancestor had a lot of good stuff inside his bag. There were several dozen celestial jades, and even top-quality spirit stones. There were naturally some treasures as well, and although they were powerful, they weren't anything noteworthy. After all, for the giant demon clan, their bodies were their best weapons, so treasures weren't used much. However, there were two items that caught Wang Lin's attention. One of them was a half-empty red jade bottle that contained some blood-like liquid. Wang Lin smelled the liquid and confirmed that it was indeed blood. When he saw the blood, he had a feeling that he had seen it before. Wang Lin pondered a bit while holding the bottle and then suddenly remembered. When he was exterminating the Ting family, he had found a similar bottle on Ting 1. This blood contains a hint of the bloodline of the ancient gods. Back then I used the bottle to activate an ability of the ancient god. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. Although my original body became an ancient god from practicing the ancient god tactic, it was completely based on my own cultivation. Back then I only obtained the inheritance of knowledge and not power, so there are some abilities I can't use. This is a very useful thing for me whether I let my original body absorb it, or use it to use an ability. No matter how big the price of this fight was, just getting this was worth it. Wang Lin took a deep breath and carefully put the small bottle into his bag of holding. The other thing that caught Wang Lin's attention was a wheel-shaped treasure. This wheel wasn't large. It was only about 1 inch in radius. The wheel was extremely plain without any decorations or shine. There were even signs of rust on it. The reason Wang Lin was interested in it was because Shuligua told him that there was a soul sealed inside it and begged him to release the soul. Shuligua's words made Wang Lin be on guard. He understood Shuligua very well because in a way, Shuligua was created by him. Shuligua had the intelligence that wandering souls lacked. The fact that he was a nascent soul cultivator, turned into a wandering soul had a big part in this. After that, Shuligua's intelligence slowly recovered until he became the devil sword spirit he was now. Shuligua's personality was that of a scaredy cat, but at the same time he was also very proud. Overall, this made him a very complex devil. For him to beg Wang Lin so much to release the soul made Wang Lin cautious. Interesting. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. After pondering a bit, he was able to guess what happened. The giant demon clan ancestor must have used the soul inside the wheel to tempt Shuligua. This was why Shuligua was still thinking about it even after returning to him. After looking at the wheel for a bit, he took out the celestial sword. The moment the celestial sword appeared, Shuligua appeared as well. He let out a howl as he stared at the wheel with glowing eyes. Shuligua quickly said, "Master, this is the treasure wheel. There is a soul inside it, quickly release her." Wang Lin calmly asked, "How do you know about the soul inside this treasure wheel?" The giant demon clan ancestor called her out, "Master, quickly release her." Shuligua's expression became very anxious. Wang Lin looked at Shuligua and asked, "What cultivation level does this soul have?" The anxiety on Shuligua's became even stronger. It was like he could hear the little sister fairy calling out to him to save her. He became very impatient and said, "There is no cultivation level, it's just a soul fragment. If you're not going to save her, I'll do it myself." Shuligua didn't even realize that after seeing the wheel, his fear of Wang Lin disappeared and his tone unconsciously changed. Wang Lin's eyes faintly lit up and he smiled. "Don't rush. I'll release the soul for you now." With that, Wang Lin's hand formed a seal and shot out a ray of spiritual energy into the wheel. However, the treasure wheel released a green glow and quickly dissolved the ray of spiritual energy. Wang Lin let out a surprised sound and then looked more closely at the treasure wheel. Before, nothing about the wheel had caught his attention, but now that it was able to emit a green glow that neutralized his spiritual energy, it had his full attention. When the green light lit up, Wang Lin felt no spiritual energy fluctuations from the wheel. He pondered a bit before sending out another ray of spiritual energy. His eyes remained calm. A strange symbol the size of a thumbnail quickly appeared then disappeared. The green glow then appeared once more to dissolve the spiritual energy. Interesting. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. Shuligua had reached his limit. Without a word, he charged out from the celestial sword toward the treasure wheel. Wang Lin shot Shuligua a cold look. Shuligua's actions were too strange, there was something off. He noticed that the moment Shuligua got close to the treasure wheel, the strange symbol appeared once more. The green glow appeared again, and then Shuligua let out a miserable groan, as he was knocked back 10 feet. His eyes were bloodshot. He let out a roar, and was about to try again, when Wang Lin pointed at him and locked him in mid-air. Shuligua turned around toward Wang Lin and shouted, "What are you doing? Let me go. I'm going to release her." Wang Lin coldly looked at Shuligua. Shuligua's body trembled and seemed to regain a trace of clarity. He looked terrifyingly at the treasure wheel and said, Master, please don't blame me. Every time I see the treasure wheel, I become unable to control myself." Wang Lin ignored Shuligua, and then grabbed the treasure wheel. His left thumb pressed down on where the strange symbol was. The moment he did so, the strange symbol appeared and began to rapidly flash, as the wheel released a green glow. Wang Lin let out a groan, but he kept on pressing down, like he was breaking through countless barriers, until he directly touched the treasure wheel. Then, along with a series of crackling sounds, countless cracks appeared and covered the treasure wheel. With a bang, the treasure wheel shattered into pieces. In an instant, a blinding, red light charged out from the shattered wheel. A crisp laughter that was filled with enough demonic power to shake anyone's heart came from the red light. This sound was filled with a mysterious power. The power that was holding Shuligua in place seemed to have melted like ice that had met the blazing sun. Soon, Shuligua regained his freedom. His eyes were filled with desire as he quickly flew toward the red light. The red light turned into a very enchanting woman. She was only wearing a thin layer of clothing that revealed a lot of skin. She glanced at Shuligua and smiled. "Elder brother Shu, little sister has waited for a long time. Why did you only save me now?" With that, she raised her delicate hand and pointed at Shuligua. Her expression made it look like she was flirting with her lover. Wang Lin's eyes became cold. When the woman appeared, even his heart was affected. Luckily, he had cultivated the soul sealing technique, which linked his soul to the 1 billion soul flag, allowing him to quickly recover. But just this caused him to be shocked. If he was distracted like that during a fight, he would be put in a dire position. "You dare to use such a demonic technique before me?" Wang Lin let out a cold snort. This sound entered Shuligua and the woman's ears and echoed like thunder. Shuligua's body trembled and his eyes immediately became clear. He was already a devil, so after being called out twice by Wang Lin, he realized what was wrong. Terrified, he quickly backed up. The woman turned around and stared at Wang for a bit before letting out a beautiful smile. At this moment, everything else dimmed and her smile was the only thing remaining. The woman's eyelashes slightly trembled and she whispered, as if she were complaining, "What a vicious person. It's not like I meant to offend you." Her voice contained a mysterious power. When it landed in Wang Lin's ears, his heart trembled once more. Shuligua's body trembled and the clarity in his eyes disappeared only to be filled with desire once more. The woman let out a proud smile and flew toward Wang Lin. She arrived before him and reached for his forehead. However, just at this moment, Wang Lin's eyes became clear and there was a hint of disdain in them. The woman exclaimed. She realized that something was wrong and tried to back away. However, Wang Lin took out the soul flag and along with Li Yuanfeng, over 1,000 soul fragments charged out. The woman exclaimed once more and backed up without any hesitation. Li Yuanfeng's soul fragment quickly charged out and surrounded the woman with the other soul fragments. Just as they were about to devour her, a mysterious power came from her eyes and she smiled. "Big brothers, why must you all be like this? I am not your enemy." With just one sound, even Li Yuanfeng's soul fragment was startled and his eyes filled with confusion. The other soul fragments looked even worse as they stared dumbfoundedly at the woman. He bullied me. Help me kill him, please. After killing him, I'll spend some time with you all. The woman's cheeks blushed. With that, Li Yuanfeng's soul fragment trembled and along with the other soul fragments charged toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin's expression remained calm. He didn't even look at the soul fragments and pointed behind him. Shu Ligua had also fallen under the woman's law, and was about to sneak attack Wang Lin, but was injured before he could. The black gas around him quickly dissipated and he quickly backed away. His eyes regained their clarity. This time it was his fear of Wang Lin that won over the woman's charm. He secretly cursed in his heart. Why did he attack this fiend? Great, now all the credit he had earned from killing the giant demon clan ancestor was gone. The more Shu Ligua thought about it, the more angry he became, so he shouted at the woman, "Wretch, it's all your fault for charming me." She revealed a sad expression, and was about to speak, when Li Yuanfeng's soul fragment along with the other soul fragments arrived before Wang Lin. Wang Lin pointed with his right hand and all the soul fragments let out miserable groans. Along with Li Yuanfeng's soul fragment, all of them scattered. Enough. You, come here. Wang Lin reached out. The woman exclaimed and tried to dodge, but she was caught by Wang Lin and brought before him. After carefully looking at the woman, he was able to see through her secret. Inside the soul fragment was a domain. This domain was very strong and could charm a myriad of things in the world. A soul fragment with a domain. Interesting. Wang Lin's eyes became cold. What is your name? The woman struggled for a long time. She was breathing hard as she charmingly said, I didn't even offend you. Why aren't you letting go? Her charming breathing carried a hint of her charm. Wang Lin coldly looked at the woman and pointed at her brow. She revealed a painful expression and soon began to scream. Strands of black gas came out from her body as if she could dissipate at any moment. My name is Mai Ji, the woman quickly said, as she looked at Wang Lin with terror in her eyes. Part 1 end here.